Twilight?
Give it a moment here.
Yeah.
Ah, here we go.
Yeah.
And wow.
You have been missed.
Should I leave captioning on for this stream?
It's Switch's mainstream, so
Will the
we'll be
environment
fine.
be changing
Alright.
as you
Well,
progress through the
I'm.
game?
It's just
Oh,
more. I
well,
didn't know if it'd
yeah.
be distracting.
Oh no, the actual caption gift.
You discussed, how they see things, the
Turn it off?
choices,
Alright.
the fantasy of it. Will we actually see through their eyes the fantasy?
Yeah. So
Alright.
you certainly see things like the
Okay.
monster
Yeah, it's
landscape,
been
but
turned
also
off.
showing how
Yeah, I can hear us. It's now.
Good,
Metal.
good.
And we actually have a trailer
Right.
to throw to right now, so let's take a
We're
look.
I
kind
don't
of
hear the stream. I mean the what we're capturing here. I don't hear that.
Good. So we're all good on that. And
I just turned it up more, so.
okay. Remember, the Skype mutes it a bit.
Yeah. Yeah, we're good on that now.
Alright, I'll turn it
Alright.
back down a bit then. It was more just make sure it was working.
Mm-hmm.
This is also why we go on air a bit early, so not during the act.
If you are cunning, courageous, and true, it may actually lead you to the lost treasure of Pet Versus.
Are we all audio adjusted here?
Should be.
All right.
Yep.
Start the proceedings. Are. Welcome once again to
And
another
there was a trailer for
free
Knights
free
and
stream.
Vikings, from Fragments.
Yeah, there have been a lot of these today. And we're not done yet. All right. We mentioned this at the top of the day.
I'm
There's
so
been
glad we
so much-
only do this once a year.
Yeah. It's got a Ubisoft deal to make sure we had energy enough tonight. Ubisoft's conference ran about an hour and a half, ended like 20 minutes. Yeah, it's like we would have been cutting either Ubisoft or the PC show. I guarantee. Because we've also got Sony in a few hours.
Yep.
And, you know,
Mm-hmm.
that's the biggest one.
Yeah, for today.
Right. That's saying something considering it's been on display. But anyway, current configuration is myself, Eddie Fan, and Twilight. Galix might be along before the show starts. He might not. He had to go to the store.
Yeah, he's probably going to be here during the show, because it's looking like it's going to be an hour and 45, if the Twitch schedule is correct.
Wouldn't surprise me. But yeah.
Indeed.
Yeah.
So, grab your drinks, friends.
Also, we're noting that Kevin and Ogre will be with us for the Sony conference.
Yes. And Ogre is planning on being here?
He's planning on being here for the, really, I think the only person who's not going to be here for the Nintendo conference is going to be Galix.
Yeah, because, work. I was more talking about for Sony.
Oh, yeah. Ogre is going to be here for Sony. So, yeah, we'll have the full crew back for Sony. Like, that's the kind of thing with the whole daytime thing.
Mm-hmm.
Had different configurations because people have had to do shit during the day. That's what happens when you do shit on a Monday.
So what the hell is this they're playing?
And it's a lot of just kind of crowd
Now,
control
as far
stuff.
as
And I'm sure there are
gaming
people,
show,
well,
it's always a bit broader than the console
I think the most
show
actually would be
because you find
Mhm.
it doesn't have a fucking central hub.
I had that
No.
when I was playing Plug and Play. People coming like,
It's
what am
going
I
to be
watching?
probably
Well,
the
life
traditional
is
mixture of
confusing. It's
not
not
just
super
like
black
the
and white
software
as
companies,
the
but
saying is,
this is the
yeah.
conference where
Just let
hardware is
you
going to
look
get
inwardly and
emphasized
think
because
about,
PC gaming.
life and
Yeah.
how you're living it
So,
and worry
expect
about things
video
like us,
cards,
Absolutely. I love
expect
everyone could take something different
controllers,
and ultimately
that
it's just
kind
a
of
fun thing to watch and play with for a little bit.
Um,
think about.
Totally.
So
Yeah.
pleasing to
Also,
watch.
Yeah. Yeah, it's nice.
That game was called Kids, and is
they
there,
promised some
That's
big
coming soon,
announcements
coming
at this
soon?
Yeah,
one.
hopefully this year we're working on it.
Like,
but it's
Not sure
early
what.
and it's
For example,
keep an eye out on our website.
Sega's going to be at this thing,
Mm.
but
Excellent. And I didn't
what
ask you
they're
about the
probably
release
going to be
of
talking
Knights
about
of X.
is
there,
less, say, Yakuza and more Total War series.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go. Perfect. Good answer. I like it.
Well,
All
let
right,
me
we
see
got
if I
one
can't
last
find
game to show you. We got like
full
3 minutes to
listing
show
of
it,
who's
so
going to be.
we're gonna take a look at Ooblets.
Ooblets.
I
Yeah.
can't wait for this
I
game,
know.
guys.
Yeah.
Come on.
Yes. So we just brought some B-roll of this. It's a hard game to demo.
Oh,
because
man,
it's a game that
B-roll.
you kind of really want to spend
All
a
right,
lot of
so
time
here are
with.
the
I think
developers
it's a
who
game that you
are
will be
putting
spending
in
a lot of time with.
who are putting in
It's
an
just a world
appearance
to
that
go
we know.
and live in and
Developers
kind
or
of,
publishers.
and yeah, I think it
505
takes
Games,
inspiration from a lot of people's
Chance
favorite games,
Agency,
like Pokemon
Cloud
and
Imperium
Animal
Games,
Crossing
Coffee
and,
Stain
Stardew
Studios,
Valley.
Tritech,
So it's got
Digital
kind of farming
Extremes,
mechanics.
Double
It's really
Fine,
kind of a town
Drake
sim. There's a world
States,
to live in and
Frontier,
explore and people to
Hi-Res
talk to,
Studios,
kind of
Play Entertainment,
the things that
Modern
people like to do in
Storyteller,
this game is decorating your
Oculus
house
Rift,
and,
Raw
customizing
Fury,
your
Sega,
character and ultimately kind of
Skydance
having
Media,
this nice, colorful place to
Starbreeze,
live and
Square
interact with
Enix,
every day.
Stardock
Do you have no hands-on
Entertainment,
time with this game?
Team
Yeah,
17,
and so we're actually showing kind of
Tinyville,
straight
and
demo,
Tripwire
gameplay right
Interactive.
here from the beginning. So you should just arrive
So
in
a
town,
lot of people
it's
going to be
exploring. It's got a
here,
full day-night cycle, so
like-
during the day you can go to shops
and
buy
I
designs for your
believe
house or,
Nvidia,
new,
like, is it Nvidia that's
plant seeds,
sponsoring
things
this?
like that. Talk to
I
people all throughout the
don't
town,
know.
always have something different to say.
Because I know
And
they
at
sponsored
night,
this in the
things will
past.
die
Like,
down,
I've seen
and
Nvidia
you
shit
return
at
home
previous
and
PC
start,
Gamer.
and your plants will grow
show.
up over time, and so you kind of have this persistent
But,
world that you're living
you know,
in.
they,
Well,
they
I
may
a
have
lot of
switched to
conclusions that I
someone
jump to
else.
when you tell me it's like Pokemon Let's
We'll
Go.
find
Is
out.
there anything that I might
Yes,
be missing
indeed.
by jumping straight to those conclusions?
Well, I think it's
In
just
like
those
3
are
minutes.
elements that they took from, but then it's its
Sure.
own thing. So it's kind of
Okay,
like,
what the hell's up with
it's
this?
hard, like I said,
Like,
to
I'm
talk
looking
about
at their
because
stage
there's
demos
all
things
the
right now, and
zones and there's
somebody
elements
needs
and
to
all that, but it kind of
quit
becomes
messing
its
with
own
the
thing.
camera like they're doing when they talk to somebody.
Yeah.
Well,
Is that like a mushroom companion?
I know it's a Double Fine game, but it's kind of nauseating when the camera does that.
And she's part of kind of more an adventuresome ooblet house, and that's her starting ooblet, Shrum.
But that's just me.
There are dozens of ooblets throughout the game that you'll be
actually, I
able to
think
find
this is a
and
Double
try
Fine
and
Presents game,
level up,
which is
and then they
different.
have hats and
Mm.
costumes too, so everything's
could be
super
a-
customizable.
We're talking about the type
If
of
it's a Double
character
Fine
sheets,
Presents
kind of
game, that's
adventure
something they're
ooblets.
publishing.
Is that the type of ooblets
Right.
that you keep with you, or do you have to define your player character as a certain type?
Yeah, ultimately,
think
you're
this is
gonna
still
try and collect them all, so,
Yeah, I
it's
think
just kind
they
of
keep
dividing
mentioning
real quick in the
ooblets, so
game
it's
where you
probably
can-
that.
There's this adventurer house, but there's also
I can
kind of
barely
a
hear them right now because I have it
flowery
turned down, but
house,
so we can
there's sort of
talk.
an emo house, and there's
Mhm.
more of like a tech-savvy, nerdy house too. So it's just kind of like when you pick that, you pick your starting statistics. They all have
Like,
different
it'd be
kind of
nice if they,
bonuses and different
add the
starting
game they are
points.
currently doing to their bar, but that's just
Now,
fellow
was there
streamer
a choice
nitpick,
to make the
you know.
character run like she was blowing in the wind, or her head was super heavy, or something? Because it's a charming way to run, but it's definitely noticeable that it's like the head back, like
It's like the full opposite Naruto. Like,
yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah, everything's very charming in the game, and that all comes from Ben and Rebecca. So the two people together and are working on
to the main event.
And they
To
have a
the main
mocap room,
event.
So everything in the game is just like them mocapping the runs, or a lot of dancing in this game. There's a lot of dancing.
that's so
But yeah, we're actually about to show a new trailer off in the PC Gaming Show right after this. So
Oh, man.
people should
Coming up,
look out
yeah.
for that, and we'll be talking about new mechanics there and a whole new trailer. So
Excellent, man.
looking good.
Well, thank you very much for showing off all
Absolutely
these
getting
games. You can see more of Ooblets in the PC Gaming Show, which is coming up here in like less than 2 minutes. So I look forward to seeing it. Double Fine.
Wow, there are
What's the website?
200,000 people watching the Twitch main page.
They're all very active on social media and stuff too. So
One day we'll be that big. One day.
Well, thank you very much for being here.
Of course, that day will also involve
PC Gaming
at
Show,
least most of us
so-
having a heart attack. 35 seconds. Adam, I think one thing we should see about doing for the Sony one is if we can go into reduced latency mode. I think you have to check that. We can discuss it after.
Okay. Like, why? Are you getting some lag?
Well, no, it's more the chat delay.
Oh.
Because as we are now, it's like a good 2-3 second delay.
That's just kind of how this thing works.
I know, but there's a mode we can go into in Twitch to at least reduce it somewhat.
Hmm.
It says, don't just listen to stories.
Oh.
Inhabit them.
The fuck is this shit?
It says, don't just accept the limits. Overclock beyond them. It says, don't just play games. Revel in them. Unleash them. It says, seriously, is every game battle?
Looks like they mixed all the.
Oh god, they're gonna be taking the piss, aren't they?
From mountaintops to
Maybe.
dungeons. From deep
It looks that way.
to deeper space. From solo quests to mass engagements, there is magic in PC gaming. Let's celebrate that.
We've had some of these games on our show.
Yes.
Indeed.
You can go check out the reviews in the highlights section. Wink, wink.
PC Gaming Show. PC Gamer Magazine. And
Oh god, they actually have a stage this time.
Hello to everyone online. Hello to everyone at the wheel
Huh.
turn. Welcome to the PC Gaming Show.
Yeah, this is
and
different.
real stage as well, not that virtual.
Yeah. My name's Dane.
That was still bad.
Today, I am delighted to
It was.
a fantastic show for you this afternoon. First, to all of you who came out to the Wiltern, thanks for
Day
joining us.
nine's
The Wiltern
back.
is just a beautiful venue here in Los Angeles. To all of you online on
I
Twitch,
bet he's
thanks for joining
running
us.
on
To those
4 gallons of
co-streaming
energy
partners,
right
they
now.
as well.
I'm pretty sure we're gonna watch him overdose on G Fuel by the day's end.
All the wonderful sponsors that help make the PC
Have I missed anything yet?
No, actually, you have
Just
not.
started.
fourth straight.
You just arrived on time.
Good on you.
You may feel proud about that.
A little bit.
I'm not the only host here this year. I have my co-op partner up in the balcony. It's Frankie Ward joining us today. How's it going, Frankie?
So is it just on the Twitch main page, or?
Possibly elsewhere, but
Frankie, we are so excited for the show to get started. We have over
Rapper.
30 games we're going to be looking at across the next 90 minutes. So let's get it underway.
Oh
Our very
boy,
first
90
title
minutes.
is from Coffee Stain Studios. Their game has absolutely massive construction as well as automation. Let's take a look at Satisfactory.
So Adam, I trust you have your notebook out.
I can always look this shit up. And I'm less thinking in recruitment right now and just, getting through all of these E3 conferences.
Mm-hmm.
Because I know what Coffee Stain is. They're the makers of Goat Simulator. And,
Oh, they
so
actually.
So they're the questionably realistic but amusing physics company?
yeah.
I think they're
Allegedly
making
amusing.
a real game this time.
Yeah,
This does look realer than Goat Simulator does.
right.
I mean, granted, it looks like a Minecraft, a quasi Minecraft ripoff, but
Yeah, it looks like another fucking survival crafting game.
I mean,
Yep.
I will
Well,
say that it's kind of an interesting aesthetic, at least.
True enough. I'm just, not getting excited by the gameplay here.
I mean, if this were to pop up, 10 years ago, I'd be more interested.
Same. In a way, it looks sort of like what No Man's Sky could have been,
Yeah.
in a way.
Well, I guess and we're also combining it with Sims 3.
Like, I mean, it has more in-depth, building than Minecraft. Like, you can build actual structures instead of just hobbled
if you
together a
remember-
bunch
Well,
of
more
blocks.
realistic looking
Yeah.
ones.
Well, if you remember what Day 9 said, this is heavy on the automation.
Yeah.
I mean, it does look more interesting than your average one of these.
Yeah.
That.
And something a random lizard.
Look, we have cute animals. Please give us money.
Give us money to make more cute animals.
You'd be surprised how often that works.
Yeah. I'm looking at you, Slime Rancher.
Satisfaction. Get it?
Me on the
That's
stage to talk
Mhm.
about it.
Emphasis on the
The
factory
game
part
director
there.
at Coffee Stain Studios, it's Oscar Gilsayan.
That man looks like his heart's about to explode out of his chest.
Welcome to the stage.
He does not look totally well.
Now, Oscar, I just want to begin right away by asking, what is Satisfactory all about?
Satisfactory is essentially about building these huge automated factories. So you play as an engineer that's been sent from Earth to this alien planet. And you're going to build this enormous machine. It's split into that at the end of the trailer there.
Yeah.
And to build that, you need a whole ton of parts, which you need to build machines that will make them for you. So you'll start out pretty simple with a few machines.
Yeah.
And then you'll just expand and expand and expand until you finally need to start cutting down trees and replace them with like more convenient concrete.
And you know, for people who haven't played this type of game, can you give me an example of what producing a more advanced resource might look like?
Right. After a while, you'll need to create something more advanced, like a computer, for example. And at that point, you'll have some copper stuff set up, wires and cables. But to make plastic, you need to get some oil. So you need to go out and you need to find this oil, build some oil pumps and oil refineries, and set up a transport with self-driving vehicles between the outpost and your factory.
Yeah, and I want to talk about that scale because there's a lot of games where you build a house or a small town. How much area are we talking about where all your factories will exist?
Oh, this factory will grow enormous. The main part, which will probably be the biggest, will start spreading more and more and more. Or in some cases, we'll have players just building these massive, tall buildings with factory floor upon factory floor. But including the resources that you need to gather from basically all around the map.
Yeah.
So you'll have vehicles driving all over.
Now, I want to ask about the first-person perspective because these types of games typically are top-down. Why first-person?
We want it to feel like the player is the one building the stuff.
Yeah.
And when you've built a bunch of stuff, and you can see these enormous buildings, structures towering above you. But also when you go out and explore, you'll be the one, like, you go through the underbrush and in the jungles and whatever.
I mean, in the trailer, it even looked like there's a lot more to explore, like different environments and biomes.
Yeah. The map is, we made a point to make it big and varied.
Yeah.
And it's about 30
Giving this a lot of time.
So it's kind of...
Then again, they have a lot of time, so.
Yeah.
Engineers there. How does multiplayer work?
Oh, it's a co-op game. So you'll start up a server and play with your friends.
Great. Now, tell us, how do we get our hands on this game?
So we got a closed alpha planned in the coming months. So you can sign up for the alpha at satisfactorygame.com. And yeah, then you'll know.
Well, great. Oscar, thanks for joining me on stage once again. That is satisfactorygame.com. Now, up in the balcony, Frankie, I understand you have our very first indie title of the day.
We do indeed, Sean, because here's something we love about the PC platform. It's such fertile ground for creative ideas from small teams. NeoCab is an emotional survival game set in the future about gig labor, tech disruption, and the experience of being a driver for hire.
Your
Perhaps the last of your kind.
I think.
From the brand new indie studio Chance
That's what it
Agency,
sounds
let's watch
like.
the first gameplay trailer for NeoCab.
NeoCab?
I'm curious. Oh.
So what, taxis?
I-
Taxis?
Are you
It
guys
looks like
ahead of
it.
me?
That's what it's looking like.
Yeah, NeoCab.
Boy, we've been getting a lot of way retro.
Indeed.
I mean, this is also the kind of game that would be out of place on a mobile device. I'm seeing.
Yeah.
Like, honestly, more and more, this is looking like a mobile game.
Yeah, it is.
It's still less evil than Uber.
Now, our
I might
next
not be
game,
joking about that
believe
either.
it or not, is in the Battle Royale genre. Of course, for 2018, what do you expect? We have several Battle Royale games we're going to be talking about today because the Battle Royale format
He's
is
not
simple
wrong.
and
Kill
very
me.
flexible.
It's 2018.
Players play in an
I mean, on
ever-shrinking
one
space,
hand,
and so
yeah,
there's
but on the
one
other hand,
last
poking fun
stand.
at it doesn't make it
Developers have
okay.
already been doing all kinds of different explorations of what this could possibly be. And our very first Battle Royale game that we'll be introducing today has up to 1,000 concurrent players. It's from Automaton Games. Let's look at Maverick's Proving Grounds.
Oh boy. Oh.
So is this the point where I go to sleep?
Simply.
Hang in there.
I don't think you'll get more than a quick nap now.
No.
So, Battle Royale, Just Cause?
I don't see a grappling hook yet.
I mean, it's not actually Just Cause. Like, hell, that game series has to have its multiplayer mode modded.
Yeah. Also, I'm pretty sure if one of these fuckers pulled out a grappling hook, Square Enix Legal would be on the horn.
I think that's too indistinct.
I know,
Like,
I'm just poking fun.
I mean, PUBG is actually suing others over, like, the fucking frying pan.
I mean, even though that's been a meme longer than the fucking companies existed, but sure.
That's my point. They're suing over shit that's probably too generic to sue over.
Dragonlance featured a character with a skillet bashing feat.
Alright, can we actually see some gameplay instead of CG bullshit? Like, that looked impressive and all, but...
It's CG.
I mean,
Yeah.
some of it even may have been effectively gameplay, but with, you know, cinematic camera angles, because you can't use that kind of camera angle in actual gameplay.
James, welcome. Thanks for joining us.
My pleasure.
Now, I want to immediately ask, what about Prove Earth's
He looks like he's in his 20s.
distinguishes itself from other Battle
I
Royale
like-
games?
Yeah, well, as you said, it's a very
Did he
popular
get
formula.
lost
and,
from the
that last man
school bus stop?
standing kind of thing, like, itself, but
I'm not
Maverick
convinced
is
this
really
guy's
about depth.
testicles haven't
We've already
descended
talked
yet.
about 400 players before, and we're sort of super excited today to talk about our 500
We laugh,
players
but he
and
probably has
1,000
more money
players.
than we do.
But really, it's
Well,
it's
yeah.
about depth as well. It's about the fact that
Like, that's
environment
hard.
is even a bigger step, the simulation
Point taken.
and those elements sort of combining together.
Yeah, I want to zoom in right on the 1,000 players aspect. How does that really shift the dynamic from the, say, 100 that we're typically used to?
Well, it's really about combining scale with the depth of simulation, so the fact that together...
Well, you
what
see,
actually
this
have is
way
a
games
landscape
take
that means that
literally
decisions
3 months to
offer a lot more
complete.
information.
Yeah, I mean, because you hinted at that twice now. Like, what do you mean by there's a lot more information in the environment for players to process?
So take a concrete example, right? So let's say a player's walking through the map, they'll be leaving footprints, they'll be displacing foliage, like grass bending. But you know, siege-style gameplay in houses, that's like a lot of destruction systems that sort of together make the map much more of a dynamic
It's
environment.
like a recent history of who could have been here.
Yeah.
You know, I want to ask about what more is in store for Maverick's Proving Grounds. I understand that this is a lot more out-game features than someone might expect.
Yeah, so it's not just that session-based gameplay. You enter the game through the capital, which is our sort of persistent social hub. So we draw from the MMORPG side of things. It's really it's a full world, not just a map. You know, so it's got a persistent game type side to it too.
Yeah.
But really, it's about bringing this all together into something which makes a much richer MMO experience.
Now, where can people go to find out more?
Well, we've just launched our site right now, so if you're interested in signing up for the closed beta, you can do that now at mavericks.gg/.
I wonder where he's from.
If you register this week, you'll get special in-game content for free from E3.
Well, awesome.
And we have only 100,000
South
slots for
Af.
the first group signing up. So right on. That was open beta access.
Sure.
I'm sure there are a lot more people than that on the stream, so if you do that, if you're interested in.
Well, James, thanks so much for joining us. Once again, that's Maverick.gg. Our very next game helps showcase the extraordinary power of modders. Frankie, tell us about it.
It does indeed, Sean.
And the thing
On
is,
PC,
this
we
show's
don't
probably
just
the
play
most
what's
relevant
given
to
us.
our interest.
We mod games to make our own experiences.
Yeah.
And for many developers,
get on
modding is a way to turn a
show.
hobby into a
Mhm.
career. The Forgotten City is the perfect example. It's a standalone game that's a reimagining of a wildly successful mod. In fact, the first mod in history to win a National Writers Guild Award. For the first time ever, here's gameplay from the Forgotten City.
Oh man. I totally forgot about the city. Ah ha. I'll see
I
myself
thought I'd
out.
remembered it, but it turned out I was doing it wrong.
This is odd.
I'm so sorry you had to find me like this.
I'm guessing by art it was probably like an Elder Scrolls mod.
It's a possibility.
Spent a lifetime
So
in this place.
is it really a mod anymore? Have you reimagined it as a
No,
existing
but
thing?
it's doing the same stuff as the mod, I think, but it's using, like, it has its own game now.
Right.
If even one person here commits a sin, everyone will die. I tried to set things right, but whatever I did, it took me right back to the beginning. It's all up to you now. Go back, investigate, talk to everyone, help them out if it'll win their trust. Bend the rules as far as you can. Figure out
So
who's
is this an
responsible for this.
adventure game or what?
You can do what I never could. Save these
I'm getting the impression it's a venture.
yourself.
Adventure-ish.
I'm not familiar with the mod in this space.
Yeah.
Here, now, let's look at this here. Let's see. Mod.
Coming
Got
up on the PC gaming show.
It's from Skyrim.
What's next for Killing Floor 2?
Huh.
So it is Elder Scrolls.
Unannounced game.
I was right.
That's true.
Interactive. And now your host, Sean Plott.
Our next game is a blast from the past. It's not a sequel or prequel or remake, but rather an entirely new game altogether. Let's take a look at Stardoc's Star Control Origins.
Long ago, the Singularity formed. Its creators uplifted into something beyond
This
our
thing.
understanding.
Fuck Stardock, that's all I got to say.
Left Earth, traveling
It's
to
perfect.
multiple planets in our solar
They're-
system.
They're in a
before
legal battle with
vanishing
the
off
original
Earth.
creator.
This is why we are here. Welcome to Star
Yeah,
Control,
just
a
fuck them.
state-of-the-art international space agency tasked with the exploration of our solar system and the defense
It's like,
of
no, you
Earth.
do not own the
Here
story.
resides the world's brightest minds and greatest technology, brought together by
fucking
a strong
accolade.
curiosity to discover
Couldn't pull
the
that shit.
unknown. Help us pioneer
I
the
mean, that's why it
future.
was
Join today.
one master.
Star Control has accelerated the construction of our new modular deep solar system vessel specifically for this mission. It's the fastest, most expensive ship humanity has ever made, Captain.
I am Chief Viscosity Officer Windu of the Taiwan. The scribe had evidently received traces of your
Windu.
radio broadcasts themselves.
Right.
I went from interested to very disinterested. Good job.
A new alien in a delightful new spaceship.
You must be humans. We've heard so much about you.
Yeah,
Joining me to talk about Star Control is
Yeah,
the director
I'm
of
at
production at
meh
Star
at best about it.
Sean, thanks for joining me on stage today, Patrick.
Yeah, thanks for having me here.
So now just tell us straight up, what is Star Control all about?
So Star Control is an open universe action RPG. You can visit dozens of aliens, hundreds of different stars, thousands of different unique planets, and you can land on each and every one of them. And when you're driving around,
Oh, hi, No Man's Sky. I thought you were dead.
Critters, and then you can venture out into the solar system and do ship-to-ship combat with hostile aliens.
And I want to ask, since I know that the story is a big part of this game, with it being open world, how do you make sure that the story still stays as the focus for the player?
Yeah, so we're really excited about the story that we prepared for Star Control. It's funny, it's creative, but also has some dark, sinister side to it. However, what we're very proud and very excited about is we have an infinite universe. That is, we are fully simulating the entire universe at all times.
I mean,
So
less
even
to
if you're on
commentate
some
on
little moon in
this
the corner
show
of the
than other
universe,
shows.
the aliens are still moving around the universe, doing their own
Because-
thing, exploring and interacting with each other.
But it
So it's
seems
not
to be
just
a lot
like
more
at a
limited.
planet, there's the same town whenever
Kinda
you
how
visit,
we do it on
depends
our
how the simulation has driven it forward.
Right,
So
exactly.
to give it a
So this is
roll,
this
and that's
infinite
it.
universe is the glue that connects my story, my adventure,
So
to
there's
the
a lot of
larger
pod-
open galaxy.
That's
Again,
awesome.
it's
I know
reminding me of
modding is going to be a big part of Star Control Origins. How does the modding work?
So what's your favorite science fiction show?
Probably Firefly.
Yeah, so what would you think of making Firefly Season 2?
Shit, that's a lot of pressure, Patrick.
Well,
you're putting me on the spot on stage right now, yeah.
We can do it. So. But anyways, in Star Control Origins, you can create your own ships, your own planets, your own galaxies. You can package up your adventures and share them with your friends online.
So someone else can take care of Firefly Season 2. That's up to you. Now, last thing I want to ask about is how multiplayer works.
Right. So in the game, we have ship-to-ship combat, and that turned out to be so popular in our early testing. They're like, we should make this a separate gameplay mode. So we did. We called it Fleet Battles. So you can create your own ships, you build them out of different pieces and parts, you attach different weapons and defenses, and then you go online to play them. You can either play local multiplayer, 2 people on the same machine.
Yeah, this doesn't look interesting.
Where can people go to
I'm
pick
like,
up Star
it looks
Control
like
Origins?
Well, right now,
souped-up
Star
version
Control
of Ash.
Origins is available for pre-order
Yeah.
on GOG and Steam.
Well, lovely.
Yeah.
Guys, definitely be sure to head over to starcontrolgame.com and check them
He
out.
has too many cards.
We're happy to announce at the PC Gamer Show that Star Control Origins is launching on September 20th, 2018.
Look for it on September 20th. Now, our next game was PC Gamer's favorite game from E3 last year. It is Hunt Showdown from Crytek. Let's take a look at what's
Oh
coming
wait,
from Hunt
Crytek does
Showdown
other
just
games?
after
What?
E3.
I'm funny.
Crytek. The Hunt. Showdown.
Hunt. That sounds familiar.
They talk-
yeah, that's...
Yeah, it's this game.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think it's the game that saved me. Crytek wasn't doing so.
Yeah.
So how many different games does this look like it could be? 500,
I'm
700?
seeing 6 at least. And then the hentai started.
Okay, the tentacles are at least slightly original.
I am here with Guy from Skydance.
That looks mildly interesting.
Why
Well, I mean, it's
fighting in the
already
Marvel
out.
suit is not about to go
Yeah,
out
it's on Steam right now.
anytime soon. Guy, now Hellfire, in fact, sorry, Archangel was originally a single-player narrative game, but Hellfire, this new edition, what changes is that going to make?
Archangel.
Well, players really loved the single-player narrative, but they all kept telling us the same thing. They said, we really want it multiplayer, and we want it off-rails. And we kind of thought, that's a completely different game, but let's give it a shot. And so we got a crack team together. They put something
Crack
really
team of
special.
crackheads.
We got 4 maps. We got 6 different mechs. Tons of weapons where you could just blast through the environment and other mechs alike. And it's really just an amazing experience. You can zip around in your mech. You can tower over others. It's just something special that I
And
can
when
try right now.
is this coming out of early access? So you just said we can try it right now, but you've got the full version launching soon, right?
Correct. Yeah, it's coming out in July 17th. But you can try it right now if you want an early access. Help us iron out the kinks and break some mechs along the process.
I am no good at ironing out kinks, as I think people at home can see, Guy. But as a heavy mech woman, I can't wait for you to be my light mech wingman in that 2v2 PvP. So let's take a closer look at Archangel Hellfire.
Let's do it.
Oh man.
Deathmatch day?
For a second, I thought this was that one other robot game we had on the show, and it's like, wait, no.
That's after.
You can kind of see where I'm going with this, right?
Next title is one I've been looking
I
forward
get
to for quite some time. It's from the makers of Sherlock Holmes, and it's a delightful-looking Lovecraftian mystery. It's called The Sinking City, and joining me to talk about it is the community manager at Frogwares, Sergey Oganessian. Welcome, Sergey. Thanks for joining me today.
Thank you.
You earned a handshake.
Yeah, you nailed that pronunciation.
I love
this has got my attention.
You know, I want to ask right away, The Sinking City, you know, there's a lot of open world, third-person type games. What makes The Sinking City different from what a player might expect?
Well, I mean, The Sinking City is an open world action investigation game inspired by Lovecraft. And we believe that these three elements already make the game pretty unique. And you know, when I say that you can be a detective in a world, in a supernatural world full of mystery and, you know, cosmic fear, like, I really mean it, because investigations are really at the core of The Sinking City.
Yeah, I mean, I know there's a lot of games in the open world genre that are focused on action, but you say investigation is at the core. What are investigation mechanics? What does it look like?
So the first thing you should know right off the bat is that we are not going to offer any hand-holding for the player. We will not give you any clear objectives in your diary or, you know, markers on the map telling you where to go or what to do. It's actually up to you to figure that out. Instead, we will give you information, you know, hints, evidence, like clues, crime scenes to examine, like people to talk to, suspects to question. And we will ask you in return to use your wits and your intuition to, you know, experiment with your findings, you know, maybe like find a way how to progress.
That somebody actually bought all the
these clues will not only help you understand what's
Yeah.
going on and, you know, get a better understanding of the world and its people, but it will also help you maybe change the course of your investigation.
Scale back.
You know, you mentioned the world itself. I mean,
Indeed.
the footage that I've seen through the years has just been absolutely beautiful. Talk to me about the world that we're in and what investigation is at the core.
So the game takes place in this fictional city of Oakmont in the state of Massachusetts. You know, the city which is flooded. There is a terrible disaster going on which has claimed like thousands of lives. And also, like, it seems like it awakened frightening monsters which now roam the streets of Oakmont. You know, people that live in the city, they are very different, like different social classes.
This is supposed to be Lovecraftian, right?
Rich people, but they are all united by fear. You know, they are all afraid.
Why does he have a gun?
Of course. They are all
Because in Lovecraft, sometimes they give you a gun just so you can feel even more horrified when it doesn't do anything.
Yeah, they seem to miss the point.
I'm going with this point because...
Well, yeah, that's the more likely thing, but it's not like if you're going up against like a cabal of Migo, it's not going to help if you have a gun.
You've mentioned the sanity mechanic in the past.
Indeed,
They should have done more like Call of Cthulhu.
You know, when our hero is under a lot of stress,
Or that one game. Was that the one game we had on the show, or
Venarium?
Yeah,
that.
You know, he will begin to lose his sanity. He's like, he will start to have hallucinations, he will start to hear distorted sounds, which will allow the player to understand that something is actually going wrong. Maybe we need to, you know, step back and do something about that. As of right now, we're still fine-tuning this mechanic because we are still looking, you know, for the sweet spot, the impact on the gameplay and impact on the story.
Since we're almost out of time, I still just have to ask, what
this
are
definitely
the sweet
looks
monsters
like
that we're going to get to see in the game?
Oh, we have
It
different
does.
kinds of monsters. We have different
I
kinds
played
of
all
archetypes,
two of them.
you know, with different abilities. And, you know, we actually give you tools. The game is not about fighting monsters. Investigation is the core of the game. But
My cat has the right idea. She's currently asleep on my desk.
We give you even certain like traps. In return, we ask you to
It's kind of the gamble of PC game.
The game is about making a decision. Ammunition is scarce, and you will have to adjust your tactics accordingly.
So I know a lot of people have all sorts of questions about what the game is like. Where can they go to find out more
So
information?
say what you will about the AAA publishers
on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube.
They do know how to add the sizzle to the
Sinking City game,
Mhm.
YouTube, Frogwares.
Yeah.
So
Well, it
go
helps
there,
if they usually
and
have more
this is
money.
definitely the place to go if you want to learn more.
I'm aware of
Well,
that.
I'm super excited
So
to see how it
clearly
turns out.
they
Thanks for
have
joining
more
me on
money
stage,
this
Sergey.
year than
The
before,
Sinking City.
since, you know, they've got a stage.
Yes.
Yep.
Now,
This may not have been
is a PC
worthwhile
title that has
upgrade.
only gotten better over the last few years, and I'm always excited to hear what they have in store.
Mainly because they haven't
Frankie
done
is up on
anything.
the balcony with the developers
Yeah.
of Warframe. Talk to me, Frankie.
Oh, Warframe. I'm actually quasi-interested now. Congratulations. It took you 30 minutes to get me quasi-interested. Good job.
Yeah, keep in mind, everything we've seen here is fair game for the show. So.
Mhm.
Quest is called
Yeah.
Sacrifice, and we've got the exclusive launch trailer for you.
Like, I'm willing to bet we'll be able to get, like, the developers of Satisfactory. No promises there. Just, we've been doing this for a few years now.
Yeah. But, like, it's easier for us to get PC devs than console devs.
Right. Especially, from the AAA stuff. I'm still surprised that, we got the pieces that we have.
Oh?
Yeah, Warframe has a new update coming.
Megan Everett, community manager at Digital Extremes, joins me now.
I'm on their PR
Megan, tell me
list.
more about the Sacrifice.
So the Sacrifice is the latest installment of our cinematic quest.
I want to get back into Warframe. It's just, there's so much grinding in it.
Apostasy prologue. So at the end of
I
last
know
year,
that
we kind
feeling.
of shattered some hearts.
I used to play Warframe, and
bit of a plot twist, and I'm not going to spoil it for people who want to maybe catch
it's got
up.
to be a little bit too much
But
for
what
me.
I can say is that obviously from the trailer that you saw, the wait for Umbra, the 3-year wait, the Umbra Warframe is finally over. The creepy guy at the end of the trailer there, Ballast, plays a pretty big role in this quest. And again, not going to spoil a lot, but I can say that it's coming this week on PC.
And you guys are actually currently waiting, as well as the update, you're working towards TennoCon right now.
Yes, so it's going to be another
Alright, forget
big
they have their
year
own
for
con.
us, and I'm really excited for it.
Well, let's take a look at last year's event to get an idea of what TennoCon is all about.
What do you think the mega reveal at 10 Live is going to be?
Can you tell me anything about this Umbra thing that's maybe going on or whatever?
It was pretty amazing. Like,
Oh,
it's a
hi, Ingrid
whole
Joe.
new direction for Warframe. And all this, you got all these other games coming out, but this one's free. When's 2018 happening?
Get it started.
Given that the community knows you as Auntie
Warframe
Megan,
does seem to have a
it
healthy and
must be
robust
huge
economy.
for you to be at TennoCon.
TennoCon is really special
Indeed.
for really everyone that works at Digital Extremes. The developers pour their heart and soul into what we do for TennoCon, and I know for me it was literally like the best day of my entire career. I know Rebecca, our community director at home, was watching. But last year when we did the Plains of
Please don't fire me.
Open World expansion reveal, Rev and I were actually doing that as a live demonstration in front of everyone, and we had practiced it for months, and it went as flawlessly as we could have ever
Like,
hoped for.
pay zero
And we actually,
attention
as
to
people
whatever
were cheering,
Warframe.
it's pitch black on stage. Rev and I look at each other and we just kind of fist bump and both started crying because we didn't crash the demonstration. So if you if you watch Tenno Live this year, if you're there, you can definitely probably count on some tears and some emotions because it's a really big day for us.
So basically, bring tissues, right?
Bring tissues
Definitely,
for yourself,
probably.
for me, for everyone
Nice.
involved, because there will be some tears probably.
But if you can't get to TennoCon,
Definitely,
because
probably,
unfortunately it is
yeah.
sold out, how can you watch it online?
So on twitch.tv/Warframe, you can definitely check it out. And PC Gamer is also hosting as well on their Facebook and Twitter.
And you get free stuff by watching Twitch?
You do. So if you want to link your Warframe account to your Twitch account, and all you have to do is watch and get some free stuff.
Fantastic. So that's happening from July 7th, and you'll be able to watch TennoCon live through PC Gamer's Twitch channel and the Facebook page. Thank you, Auntie Megs. Sean, it's over to you.
Thank you, Frankie, and thank you, Warframe. The next name is one I grew up with, Sega. They've become a prolific publisher of Japanese games, known for their fully featured ports, especially beloved by this guy on the left. Sega's bringing shining resonance both to PC and console the same day, and Shenmue is going to be coming later this year. They have all sorts of games coming up. Let's take a look at what Sega's got in store.
Oh, we're actually getting a sizzle reel. Yeah, we're getting a sizzle reel.
Oh.
Yes. Okay.
We knew about this one.
Yep, Valkyrie.
That one.
Bayonetta.
Those are out.
Vanquish.
Like,
Out.
yeah, this is shit that's already out.
Yeah.
Now that.
I mean,
Shenmue.
here we go. Shenmue. Yeah. We know this. I guess this is first PC, but
This Shining
yeah,
Resonance. And there's
Oh.
Shining Resonance refrain.
Yakuza?
World premiere. I think. Yeah.
So it seems to be, yeah.
Yakuza.
Okay.
Goddamn time.
I know,
Indeed.
fucking right.
Taking long enough.
So which Yakuza?
Kiwami.
Which is the remake of the first one?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Valkyrie Chronicles?
There's better be fucking Valkyria Chronicles 3.
Yeah.
In that case, we can
It's
talk
Valkyria
Mac
Chronicles
off.
something.
Yeah, we can talk Mac off the edge. 4.
4?
Oh, good. They are bringing the Valkyria Chronicles 4 to So
more Yakuza.
Yeah.
Is the second one?
Wait, what? Hold on.
It's not 0, is it?
It might actually be 0.
Maybe.
Yep.
Because I know 0 and Kiwami,
Yeah.
and they were gonna do remakes of 2 and
Yeah,
3.
it's Yakuza 0.
Mm-hmm.
Available for pre-order now.
Well, those are nice things to have.
Is available for pre-order
Yes.
right now and
Yes,
will
they
be
are.
releasing on Steam
Especially,
in
you know,
early
mods.
August. We hope you've been enjoying the show thus
If they
far.
have
We
it.
have so much more great stuff to come.
Sega's
Let's
not
see
been the
what's coming
best about allowing mods, though.
Coming up on the PC Gaming Show, a new publisher.
Gotta admit, I
reveals 3
wasn't
new
expecting
games
so many,
and the
you know,
first ever gameplay footage of
console
Overkill's
ports,
The Walking
considering,
Dead.
you know,
Right.
all
Now
of the
your host,
total war
Sean
that's
Plott.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm back.
They spaced this out for
Our next
TV,
guest is
didn't
a
they?
regular here at the PC Gaming Show,
Yeah.
having attended all
That was
4
clearly a
years.
commercial
Frankie's
break.
with him up in the balcony. It's Tripwire.
Sean, if you are anything like me, you probably need to let off steam every once in a
Cheers.
while. And I personally can't think of a better way to do it than by kicking back and tearing up a load of monstrous enemies. It's kind of either that or pushing the office photocopier out of the window, and I, for one, prefer the option
Oh.
that keeps me and everyone here in a job.
That is not a
With
good
that in
hat to
mind,
wear
I am thrilled to
behind a
welcome
flag.
Bill Monk from Killing
No,
Floor
no, it's
2
not.
back to E3.
Hi, thank you for having me.
That
God, it
skirt
looks-
is kind of.
Listen to that applause.
Not sure about that
To know
skirt.
what the latest from Tripwire
It's
and
very
Killing
shiny.
Floor
Unisex.
Yep, we've been really busy working on Killing Floor.
Shut the fuck up,
We have
Adam.
4 major updates that are coming out this year. The first one we dropped in March, and we're getting ready to drop the next one really soon.
Coming tomorrow, Bill. What's involved?
Yeah, so we're bringing the summer sideshow back, but this time we're mixing circus freaks with steampunk in a really fun, exciting way. And we have a really cool new system that we're adding. It's called the Weapon Upgrade System. And with this, there's 73 different weapons that we have in our game, and each one you can upgrade it and make it viable for late play. So it really adds a lot of creativity to your loadout. So I'm really excited to get that in people's hands.
So you can make your boy guns big.
Yeah, yeah.
Good. Well, thank
She
you
knows
so
how to
much for
English.
joining us today, Bill. Let's take a look at the trailer for Treacherous Skies Summer Sideshow.
World exclusive.
Oh man, partial nudity. Gotta pull out the black bars.
It should be safer streaming since we're, you know, pulling this off the Twitch.
Yeah, I was making a joke.
Summer sideshow.
Well, someplace very safe, yes. You helped me escape that fray at my beloved Steamland, but now I need your help once
Is
again.
anyone just kind of tired of evil clowns and evil circus?
Yeah, it was kind of interesting back in the day at Twisted Metal, but they kind of killed it. So what is it? A tower defense? Zombie survival? thing?
Steampunk airship.
thing?
The original Killing Floor was a zombie survival thing, but I'm not sure about this one.
These rebellious robots down.
This is going for a more insane clown
Have
costume.
invented some new toys.
Yeah.
The Boomstick. All barrels are better than two. The Static Strikers. A shockingly stylish set of
Really?
gauntlets. And the M99 Sniper Rifle. And finally, there's a last-minute addition to the crew.
Watch this woman go.
It's just a sniper rifle.
Negotiated her way
Yep.
on board and is set on giving Zed
Like the angry.
the business. And remember, we'll see you on the airship.
Fossey, joke for you. Optician says my eyes are okay. I say, then how do you explain my husband?
Now, as is tradition, the content that you just saw
What?
will be available tomorrow, including a free weekend for PC this weekend. Definitely
Right.
check it out with Killing Floor 2. But
Okay,
that's
whatever.
Not all that Tripwire has. I have the president of Tripwire himself, John Gibson, on stage. John, welcome back again.
Thanks, Sean. Pleasure to be here.
Now, I understand that Tripwire is stepping into also doing publishing. What does that entail?
That's right. So, Sean, it's really challenging for developers right now with the thousands of games that are coming out every year.
Yeah.
It's really hard to get noticed. And then you have the traditional publishing deals. So we're giving developers fair deals. We're going to be helping them rise above that noise so they can get noticed. And because of our experience developing our own games and publishing our own games, we're going to help them with marketing, funding, mentoring, feedback to help them succeed.
Yeah, I mean, the game that we have on screen is one of those games. This is Road Redemption.
That is right.
That looks
I'm
more
happy to
interesting than
announce that
Killing
We're
Floor.
going to be publishing Road Redemption. We're going to be helping them grow and succeed even more
certainly
on Steam,
does.
but also bring the franchise beyond Steam.
Yeah, Road Redemption.
Now, I know today you have a world
I have not heard
exclusive
good
new
things
game,
about it.
hasn't been announced
It-
yet.
it's a
Nobody knows.
spiritual
Before we roll the
success
trailers,
road.
why don't you give me a little bit of a tease?
Yeah, so we're working with the team at Blindside Games, and they're
It's
led
been
by
out in
Alex
early
Quick.
access.
Oh,
for-
yeah, right.
So if you're familiar with the Killing Floor universe, you know Alex Quick was the modder that created the original Killing Floor mod, which Tripwire worked with Alex to bring commercial. And then Alex went off, assembled his own team, made the game Depth, which was sharks and humans fighting each other,
circle of
very, very successful.
modding
Now it's come
life.
full circle. We're working with
Seems
Alex
to
again,
be that way.
and we're going to bring his all-new game to market.
Well, let's take a look at it right now. World exclusive new upcoming game from Tripwire.
Depth 2 Electric Boogaloo? This time with eels. Okay, maybe I'm not wrong.
And imagine a place where the sun is bright and the beaches are white. A place filled with southern charm, where the water
I don't
is
want
as
to.
warm as the welcome. So come feel the wind in your sails.
Oh, hi, Shark.
Sit back and relax. Enjoy the local cuisine. Your dream vacation is waiting for you here on the Gulf Coast.
So how evil is this place going to be based off of the
Indeed. Ooh.
So not Jaws.
Indeed.
Legally distinct enough not to be Jaws.
Man-eater.
So how long until somebody just mods Jaws into this thing?
15 seconds.
Open world action RPG.
Music and
where
all.
You play as a shark, or as we like to call it, a shark PG.
Oh, nice. Okay, so
Please never make that
do you,
pun
like,
again.
upgrade and improve the shark? Is there like skill trees?
You do. There is a shark skill tree. Really?
I think that hurt my soul a little bit.
Mine too.
Your way through it. You get bigger teeth. You can jump out of the water and snatch people off piers.
I didn't realize this was a power fantasy I needed so badly.
So many dad jokes.
Now, where do people go to get more information?
Excuse me, sir, are you a father?
ManeaterGame.com.
All right. I doubt anyone will forget that here. That's
Forget about what?
ManeaterGame.com. John, thanks so much for joining me on stage. And once again, all the content that Tripwire showcased earlier about Killing Floor 2 and Road Redemption will be playable here at E3. Definitely be sure to check it out. Coming up next, Frankie has a whole slew of unannounced games. Frank.
Oh man, a
Your
slew.
Eater looking tasty there, and I can't believe they named a game after my favourite weekend activity. Indies are at the heart of PC gaming, and next up is a brand new publisher revealing.
Did she just make a joke about her eating men? What?
Behave yourselves, audience.
Yes.
Today, so let's take a look.
Okay.
Okay.
Untitled publisher should not be a name.
So. Curating games for you.
What if I don't want to enjoy?
But this means nothing.
I mean,
I really hate the name.
yeah. What the fuck is this?
It's only because it's a misnomer. Like, no, your title is untitled.
Fuck is this?
No.
Bravery Network Online?
Bravery Network Online.
Hmm.
The Gloam Collective.
Interesting, I guess.
Oh man, it's totally not Stardew. Oh wait a minute, I might actually be onto something here. That was a joke, guys. I know it's not, but
it's first person.
What the fuck?
Did we get our?
Oh man, it's a game where you play Stardew Valley inside the game.
You might not be too far off.
So,
the fuck did Morning Star?
Morning Star.
Oh, hi, not Axiom Verge.
Nah, it has even less pixels.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, this all looks like stuff we cover.
Yeah.
Hmm. Yep. I can see this is gonna have strong
Hive is
pixels.
evolving. Okay. So somebody let Naka know.
I'm pretty sure somebody is right now.
The Hive is evolving.
Overwhelm. I was more a Metroidvania-esque shooter in the vein of Axiom Verge.
I know, I was kidding.
All these games
Available
look
right
like
now.
must-plays. And
Oh.
Overwhelm, the final game of the bunch, is available on Steam right now with a special launch discount. So make sure you check that out after the show. And if you're at E3 this week, head over to the PC Gamer corner of the Facebook booth inside the South Hall to give
Like
Overwhelm
Steam's
a
getting
try.
some heavy traffic.
Right. Next up, it's time for us all to take a holiday.
Bit
and
sluggish.
where better than a virtual
I wonder why looks at the view count.
Back
I
again this year,
wonder
our friends
why.
on the show Frontier Development with a unique take on the park management genre.
Oh, what?
Of course, talking
Huh?
about Jurassic World Evolution.
Some-
Okay, I thought it was about to say.
And lets you build your own
What?
dinosaur-stuffed tourist trap. What could possibly go wrong? Unleash the Goldblum!
Unleash the what now? I'm scared.
You think that things are going to turn out differently?
Okay.
Is this what hell
Right.
looks like?
Before you
Yeah,
did,
this is the game I was expecting to show up at
because
the
they
Xbox.
believed that they were in control. And control
And the ogre's missing out. Because you can finally say it's Jurassic Park.
Humanity is desperate for it.
You missed your one chance for a joke, Ogre.
Seduced by it.
Also, this is
Deceived by
this
the
legit
illusion of
Jeff
it.
Goldblum or an imitator?
But we
I
never
can't
really
tell.
possess it. Because if there's anything that chaos theory has taught us,
If it's an imitator, they're pretty good.
course.
Indeed.
And when we interfere, when humanity tries to put nature into orderly boxes, chaos destroys them. And what makes us such
Maybe actually making the Jurassic Park might not be a good idea.
and power,
Indeed.
what we're up against, and still believing that we can win.
Like, yeah, the herbivores probably wouldn't be that much of a problem. I'm more talking about the meat eaters.
Yeah, but the meat eaters would obviously be about 75% of what people wanted to see.
Yeah.
That's why they have a
So
T-Rex and
excited for that
raptors, is
game.
because they're
Our
the
next
cool
title is
dinosaurs.
from Insomniac, who've been making amazing
poor
games
sheep.
for years, and they're going to try to
So
take that
Overwhelm's
expertise and
going
answer the
for
question,
$7.99.
how do
That's
you
not
make
bad.
an open world
Indeed.
Not
game
bad, but that's a
in
bit
VR?
more
Let's
than
take a
I'd
look
pay
at their
for,
upcoming game,
something that's
Storm.
going so 8 bits.
Indeed.
It depends how much is there, though.
That's true. Yeah.
Like if it has 5 million finely crafted levels, then that's more levels than anyone needs, but...
If you remember flying across the sea of clouds above?
No, I
Don't.
no, I
Are you implying that I am Robot God?
Surprise, I am.
Hey, Insomniac game.
Oh, that's
Is
not
this
good.
a VR thing.
I hope not.
I think it's a VR thing.
I think bro got ganked. That's not how that works, but okay. Oh, hi, Hob. We missed you.
It's got that vibe to it, sort of.
I'm pretty sure this is a VR thing.
Yeah, it seems to be. I'm kind of disappointed.
I mean, for fuck's sakes, your head is a VR. And on the nose.
Yeah, like, CG is nice. Give us actual gameplay.
Indeed.
Yeah, it's VR.
Yep.
Those are VR controls if I've ever fucking seen them. Wally 5 is alive. I know I butchered the joke. Oh God. Number 5 is alive. Run. For the love of God, number 5 is pissed.
I don't blame him. Oh.
What'd you assholes do to piss off Wally? Oh, okay. Yep, it's VR. You almost had me. You almost had me interested. And then you pissed on it.
I mean, it still looks cool, but not into VR.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm not into vomiting all when I play video games.
Stormland.
Yeah, I've already
Joining me to talk about Stormland is the Chief Creative Officer at Insomniac Games. Join me in welcoming Chad Desern.
Was that their audio issues or?
I think so.
Okay.
Hey, Chad, welcome to the stage. Thank you. I want to start right away and ask, what is this game all about?
Well, in Stormland, you play as an android gardener, and an entity called the Tempest uproots your habitat and shatters your android body. So you've got to travel to a civilization above the Thunderheads to repair yourself and save your friends.
And I want to ask what open world means in VR.
Well, for us, it's about giving the player the ability to explore the world freely with a set of Android movement abilities that are designed to give you complete agency.
Yeah, because that's always a huge question I have is how does motion work in any VR title?
Yeah, well, in Stormland, you can do things like fly just above the slipstream with your outstretched Android hands.
Yeah.
You can shoot a laser into the cloud surface and then make a ramp, kick off of that, climb up a cliffside, like literally launching yourself with your synthetic Android strength, and then like push off and glide back down using your hands to control your descent.
Just massive freedom of movement, yeah.
That's it. It's this set of mechanics that are designed together to work fluidly so that movement feels exhilarating, and you can kind of take the world at your own pace with it.
I'm curious why VR for this type of title?
There are
To me, it looks more like I'm gonna vomit whenever if I ever try this.
It's about the expressiveness of having tracked head and hands and how we use that for combat, how we use it for movement. Even things like scavenging technology to attach it to your body. Like you look down, you get a new piece of tech, and you attach it right into your arm, and then suddenly you've got the ability to harness electricity or cloak yourself, or all kinds of different cool Android abilities.
I mean, the art is just beautiful in the footage that we've seen. I wonder if you can talk to me a little bit about the world and what it means for it to be ever changing.
Yeah, that's a really good question. So that entity called the Tempest rearranges everything every single week, so that we present the player with new playgrounds of movement,
So procedural generation.
scavenging, and you never know what you're going to discover. So every single island you find has the potential to hide an enemy stronghold or a network of underground caverns or brand new tech to scout.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Now, I got to ask, where can we go for more information?
Well, you can stay tuned by watching the Facebook and Twitter with @StormlandVR, or you can check us out at insomniac.games.
I'm really looking forward to it. Thanks for joining me, Chad. Once again, oculus.com/Stormland for more information. Frankie's up in the balcony with our next absolutely gorgeous-looking indie title.
It really is, Sean, because next up we've got a first look at a new game from publisher Raw Fury, a neo-noir detective drama featuring a Paris cabbie who finds himself drawn into a world of crime. Sacré Roddy Bleu. Yes, I speak French. I can't wait for this one, so let's take a
I wasn't
dive
expecting this much in the way of taxi.
I don't think anybody was.
So from cyberpunk to film noir.
Indeed.
Going like full French New Wave. Impressive.
No shame in committing to an aesthetic. Unless it's a terrible aesthetic.
Not sure the music's.
It's a bit off, I guess.
Well, it's very atonal.
Oh man, night call.
If you like that last game, you'll
Raw
definitely
Fury.
love our next one. It's from the
Fox
exact
Studio.
same publisher, Raw Fury. It's an open-world, narrative-focused game with an incredible art style. Let's take a look.
I honestly didn't see enough to really form an opinion on it.
Open world narrative focused. That is a combination.
Yeah, almost a contradiction.
Indeed.
See how that works?
Oh yeah, I seem to remember seeing this one in one of the earlier conferences.
Oh, hi, fucking Journey. We missed you. You guys want to turn up your graphic settings a bit?
No, this is clearly intentional.
I get that. It's a joke. A funny haha.
This variant of cell shading is kind of weird though, because in some ways it looks really exactly like a cartoon, but then in some ways stuff animates that in an actual cartoon wouldn't or something.
Yeah, and it's kind of off-putting. Like
the dust trails from the speeder bike would have had different texturing.
Like the sharp lights especially make things look weird.
Fucking Red Hood.
Samble? Or Sable. Yeah, I can read.
Yeah, I think I saw this was at the Xbox.
Yeah, it was.
French for sand.
Yeah, I remember seeing it at the Xbox One.
I want to immediately ask, what kind of game is Sable? What can we expect?
Now is their time to shine. Grab that brass ring.
It's not a game about combat or about leveling up. It's a game about solitude, and it's a game about exploration.
I like solitude.
You play as Sable, a girl leaving her home to explore this world filled with monumental architecture, fallen spaceships, and you'll travel around on your hover bike learning about the people, the culture, and the history of this world.
And you know, I talked about it before. I think this art style is amazing. Where's the origins of this?
So we were really heavily inspired by the clear lines style of French and Belgian comics, as well as Japanese animation, particularly Studio Ghibli.
Ah, yeah, that makes sense.
We really want to feel our players to feel the same sense of wonder that
Going for like a Tintin look.
One of their films, and so from the very beginning we
I
knew
mean
that we
animated
really needed to
it,
nail the
but you know
visual
what I
style.
mean.
And yeah, so we put a lot of time and sort of effort into our rendering system, and yeah, we're really pleased to be able to show it to everyone.
Yeah, and I mean, I know that you two consist of most of the core development, the art and the programming. What about the music that was in that trailer?
Yeah, so that was a new track by Japanese Breakfast.
Oh, yeah, the T-shirt. Yes, of course.
Yeah,
right.
So she, Michelle, she is doing the soundtrack for the game. Japanese Breakfast is one of my favorite bands right now. It's incredible to have her on board.
It all just came together so beautifully in the trailer, and I know that you guys are really regular about updating, you know, blogs, sharing what's going on with the development. Where can people go to find more?
So they can go to our Twitter account, ShedWorksReg and ShedWorksDan, or to sablegame.com.
Lovely, gentlemen. Thanks so much for joining me. Once again, the name of the game is Sable. Our next title is one that has been in development, even showing up in our very first PC gaming show. It's Cloud Imperium Games still hard at work on their title, Star Citizen. Let's see what they have in store.
Fucking hell, that's gonna be in development for the rest of our lives, isn't it?
Let's see what it is.
Exclusive.
As far as you can.
Well, at least we're actually using in-engine footage.
A minor key soundtrack.
Is this?
Star Citizen.
That's what I was wondering.
They just mentioned it was Star Citizen. That was why I made the joke about it's still going to be in development for the rest of our lives.
Yeah, it's in development forever.
I think it's like...
I'm not convinced that it's an actual game. It's some sort of elaborate ship selling thing.
It's like... I think right now it's looking to be like a 200 gig download, which is fucking ludicrous.
Everything about this game is fucking ludicrous.
It is, yeah. Yeah,
Inside mask lights always annoy me. Because it's completely counterproductive.
Shoot here! Shoot here!
Well, not just that, it actually makes it harder for you to see.
Alpha? What the fuck?
Still an alpha?
All new gameplay footage of Just Cause 4.
Not even
Well,
an actual beta.
Well, to be fair, I guess.
Footage of Hitman. And now your host, Sean Plott.
7 Days to Die still in some form of
As we
alpha.
do each year at the PC Gaming Show, in addition to talking about games, we're also going to talk about some of the upcoming hardware trends. To join me
There
to
we
talk about
go.
it is the senior brand manager from Acer. It's Eric Ackerson. Thanks for joining me up here, Eric.
Hardware.
I'm really excited to be here.
Yay!
Now, I just
Bye, Adam.
Well, right now we're developing some new products, particularly in the display space. We want to take
so
the
they got
experience
Acer.
to the next level. To help with that, one of our new products is the Predator X27. It's an incredible gaming display. For instance, it's 4K.
Maybe direct feed when they're talking about a gaming display might not be the best idea.
What really takes it over to the next level is the inclusion of G-Sync HDR.
You know, I hear a lot about HDR. Can you explain a little?
So here's my question. How have you made it less appealing to people for mining bitcoins?
It's a monitor. You can't mine Bitcoin.
Oh, yeah. I thought they were talking about a graphics card.
No, this is gaming display.
Acer makes monitors.
Well, they make laptops. They kind of make motherboards.
They don't really. They're not really known for graphics.
Yeah.
Hey, my desktop's monitor is a Acer.
Just now, there's a wide variety of some photorealistic, some with a really iconic art style. How does HDR contribute to that big range we see in gaming?
Well, one of the big things that helps is the color gamut that's available with these displays. We're able to do 99% of the Adobe color gamut, so it's better representing the vision of the art director.
Yeah, and some of the games that you see on screen that support HDR, Mass Effect Andromeda, Far Cry 4, Ni no Kuni 2. Again, you won't see them in HDR right now unless you have an HDR monitor. It doesn't work that way. We can't just stream it to you, but you know, it brings me to one of my next questions about PC gamers seem to have a huge range.
Does anybody
of
even
possible
play
devices.
that
What are the
anymore?
different sort of products to
That's
look
what I was
for in
wondering.
price ranges?
Well, I mean, we cover the gamut from very simple and to the point to high performance esports products or multi-view surround multi-display products, but we also go really crazy sometimes. We decide, we put our engineers to the test. What can you do if you have no limit? So one of the projects we've worked on is something called the Predator 21X. This is a 21-inch curved screen laptop with a mechanical keyboard and two graphics cards. Science.
Science.
We did a really good thing. But you know what? To be serious, not just a joke, we actually have to ship this with a Pelican case to protect the laptop, and it sells for $9,000.
Yeah, no.
We sold every single unit we could make. So we cover every spectrum of gaming.
You know, you brought up this Predator laptop.
Yup.
You brought up Predator
Linus
monitors
Tech
at the
Tips
start of
has
the
one.
segment. Where can people go
Well,
to
it's a freaking curved screen with a freaking mechanical keyboard. It probably weighs about 50 pounds.
It has battery life of about 20 minutes.
Already sold out of this new Predator X27 monitor.
So much for being a
I believe
laptop.
Micro Center is still in stock. Amazon will be in stock again soon.
Well, thank you so much
Portability's
for joining
kind
us
of
on
part of its
stage,
appeal.
Eric.
Well,
Frankie
it's
is
still more
awaiting in
portable
the
than a
balcony
desktop,
with
which
our
is
very
clearly the
next
niche it's trying to be. It's not a laptop. It's a gaming PC that you can bring places.
Well, it's less of a laptop, more of a luggable, let's be real.
Right.
Space vessel, farm resources, deal with terrifying alien infestations, and explore a vast, randomly generated universe. Oh, and you can take DNA from the aliens you encounter across the galaxy, splice them with members of your crew to create new life forms. Just a typical day at the office.
That's not okay.
Greetings, Commander. You have been sent to Quadrant Alpha 1. The mission is to find
Genesis
a new home for
Alpha
the crew on board of this ship.
Known as Mega Drive Alpha 1 in Europe.
Galaxy for resources and interesting new life forms.
What if I'm not interested in new life forms?
DNA and alien abilities to maximize crew efficiency.
That's...
Ready your weapons.
Already reminded me of No Man's Sky.
No offense, but I will not be able to remember the difference between all the space games with colonizing and searching.
I think that's kind of the issue with PC gaming right now.
Everything's blending together.
I mean, they're not bad, but to people who are not, like, I guess, super into the genre, and even then, they probably have their own favorite games already. They're just a little bit hard to tell apart.
Who my my body is?
What the
Well,
fuck is that?
ladies and gentlemen,
Good
is
question.
Webster from Drake's Cakes, one of the PC gaming shows
Hi, Night
sponsors
Terrors.
this year. And we've got a cool competition for you, the Drake's Cakes Packs giveaway. Oh,
Why
yes.
is it dancing?
Packs is a guaranteed
I don't know, but I want to
game
Spartan kick it
concert
off the edge.
Because that's all you can do when you're in one of those stupid things.
party, festival, workshop, and
Yeah, but there's no
concert
music
rolled into
playing.
one. The very lucky winner will
Well, at
enjoy
least
a
he's not doing the
Packs
chicken.
West, including 2 tickets.
He's doing some kind of gesticular
So
thing.
if that's you, hit me up on those dates because I am
I think he's
free.
taunting.
Webster, my man, but this is very generous
Oh,
of
I
you
know.
indeed. And by entering, guys,
Must
you will get
destroy
a discount code to get your hands on some delicious Drake's Cakes available on Amazon. And if you're at E3 itself, don't forget you can meet
Scared.
Webster in person at the E3 Concourse.
I would end that,
where he'll be
man.
giving away Drake's swag
This
and
is like the equivalent of Hostess,
so if
right?
you see him, give him a
Basically.
I'll take one now. Thank you very
Is
much.
this some sort of British thing that we
I-
Yanks don't know about?
They are
think-
in America, I think.
Yeah, I'm just saying because the lady's British.
For a chance to win and hang out
I have no idea what Drake's is.
All right, Webster. All this hosting
Drake's
has
Cakes.
got me a bit peckish. How about
Yeah,
we
I'm like,
trailer
I've
for
never
the next
heard of
edition
that.
of Clay Entertainment's
Like,
beloved
that could,
survival series?
is that a
Don't Starve,
international thing? Is that a...
No, it's American.
Yeah, it's American. Yeah, American baked goods.
Might be a West Coast thing.
The company was founded back in 1896 in Harlem, New York.
Oh, hi, Don't Starve. We didn't miss you.
Yeah, they're the people who make devil dogs.
Mm.
And ring dings. I guess it's mostly Northeast, which explains why I've seen and heard of them and you haven't.
Yeah. I'm in host.
Oh dear.
I'm just going out on a limb here and just gonna say, it does not look like starving is the main thing this guy is worried
Our
about.
next title is the next installment in a series
Indeed.
that never fails to make me laugh. It's Just Cause 4, and they have a brand new engine to bring the level of delicious insanity one notch up. Let's take a look at what the Apex engine
Does
in
it
Just
make you
Cause
laugh
4
because of the name pun? If so, you may be easily amused.
You may actually be a child.
Well, I mean, I know I am always slightly amused by that, but...
Okay, what do we have here?
Apex. Just Cause.
Come on, you stupid video.
Hour in Just Cause 4.
So basically, no mortal computer will be able to run this.
Okay, so this is at least a different trailer.
Yeah.
The new Crisis?
This is basically showing off the engine.
Yeah, we've seen Just Cause 4 trailers. This is highlighting the...
Ah.
And he's still gonna be fighting that tornado.
It's his fast travel system. Yeah, our computers won't be running this anytime this decade.
Joining me to talk
That being
about
said,
it
some of this
on
footage
stage
does
now.
look familiar.
From Avalanche Studios, it's Francesco Antolini and Adam Davidson. Gentlemen, welcome. Talk to me about the tornado.
It's fantastic, isn't it? So it's a very nice piece of tech. It's not just beautiful, but thanks to Apex, it's also a bad boy that actually works. It's fully physicalized. This means that it's roaming the world, wreaking havoc, and
It's not just like a background piece. It's actually impacting the world
This
before
is
you.
Just Cause, man. You go there and you play with it. Yeah.
You know, throughout the trailers that I've seen, it seems to be a lot of different environments that are available throughout. Can you talk to me about those?
Yeah, I mean, one of the most important things to us with this installment of Just Cause was bringing a lot more variety into the game, and that extends to a lot of things, but certainly the biomes of the game. So instead of one kind of region of, like, say, southern Italy, like we had last time, now you have lush rainforests, deserts, grassland, and even alpine biomes, all of which, you know, are rendered beautifully with the new Apex engine.
Now, something that's very important to me is some of my favorite features from Just Cause 3. Can you talk to me about, like, the wingsuit and the grappling hooks? Like, are those coming back in Just Cause 4?
Everything you love from Just Cause 3 is back.
Good.
But everything is also just better. There's more to do, more to discover. For example, the grappling hook is completely customizable. The combat model has been completely reworked, redesigned, enhanced, or new weapon, new enemies, new AI. We've got extreme weather that interacts with grappling hook and parachute.
The wind that we saw from the tornadoes, is it just like basic wind effects also get incorporated as well?
Again, it just goes, so nothing, just an effect. So if there is wind, it's physics and acts with your parachute, grappling hook.
They're really touting the weather dynamics.
Go to get
Like,
some, we'll call it
They
first
sure are.
footage of what Just Cause 4 can deliver.
Well, that's because they have a
they can check
graphics
it out
and
at
physics engine that can
I know.
model the performance of individual air molecules.
That's right. Believe it or not, E3 hasn't started yet. Starts tomorrow, so June 12th through 14th. You can check it out. Thanks so much for joining us
Right,
on
all
stage.
this stuff to
Looking forward to
beat.
the hilarity of Just Cause 4. Now, our next title is one of my all-time favorite IPs. I can't wait for Frankie to talk to you about The Walking Dead.
Overkill Software and Starbreeze are the creators of Payday and Payday 2. Therefore, it
Will
goes
not
without
play
saying
the
that
single
these
season
studios are
yet.
some of the most
This
talented
isn't
makers of
Telltale, I
creative
think. This
sequels,
is
and
the
they're
action.
set in a familiar but
No, this
new
is Telltale.
apocalyptic Washington, D.C. Here's the... Keep your eyes peeled for the release date at the end.
Please tell me you fucking ditched the tail tip.
World exclusive, not for sale on Mars, Venus, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, or Neptune.
Yeah, this is the Overkill action game one.
Ah.
Surprised it hasn't happened sooner.
There are so many things.
Serious
Husbands and
right.
wives, doctors and teachers, writers and architects. But when the world ended, all that ended too. Every day we fight for more than survival. We fight to build a new life.
You're not getting me to care about the zombie game.
We're weak. But together, we might stand a chance.
Yeah, I'm congenitally unable to care about anything with zombies in it.
Only zombie game I've cared about seeing so far is Dying Light 2.
And I have more good news. For fans of The Walking Dead, Overkill's game
This looks like it could have
for The Walking
been
Dead, of course, coming soon, but we have a
State of
second,
Decay 2.
completely different Walking Dead game that we're getting the chance to talk about right now. This is Telltale's The Walking
There's
Dead,
Telltale's.
the final season. Joining me on stage to talk about it is the lead writer, James Windler, and the voice of Clementine
Yeah, the Walking
herself,
Dead game will
Melissa
actually
Hutchison.
give a shit about.
Thanks for joining me on the stage.
Our pleasure.
Thank you. Now, I want to ask right away for, people who've played through the first 3 seasons of The Walking Dead, in terms of the gameplay, what's some of the familiar and what's some of the new?
Okay, so for people who don't know Telltale, we are a story-based company. We focus
We haven't
on
updated
narrative.
our engine in like
We
3
had our
decades.
roots in the old-school point-and-click adventure games, but we've developed our own cinematic style and almost a signature mechanic, like our choice wheel. And that's all familiar. That should, the choices branch the narrative. What's new this year? We have traditionally combat and action we've done with QTEs and like swipes and button mashes and all of that. This year, with the final season, we're introducing segments of unscripted combat.
Yeah, we see some of this right here.
Yeah, so Clem probably just brutalizes zombie there.
Of course she is.
And
oh yeah, so we also have like the orbital cam, like the over-the-shoulder camera. So that's like offering our players opportunities to explore our environments, which you can also see from the B-roll. Is like they're looking really, really good with this graphic black art style that we're employing.
Yeah, because in the previous games it was much more of a directed camera from scene to scene, but now you can really sort of explore the environment on your own.
Absolutely, yeah, and yeah.
Now I want to ask about the story. I mean, Telltale games always have that as the central feature. Where does The Walking Dead, the final season, start off?
Okay, so it starts.
I really hate that.
Clementine has been on the road for a long time. We are post-time jump in the comics. She's been on the road. She's traveling with AJ, who is an orphan boy, who is the closest thing that she has to family. But they're reaching the end of it. They are like running out of steam on the road. It's like proving to be untenable. So the final season, Clementine discovers a school, a secluded school, where there are no adults, and essentially sees that this might be a place that they could call home.
Yeah, and what are the sort of challenges that she's going to face throughout the season?
Oh, all kinds of challenges, yeah. Like zombie threat all the time. Yeah, of course. And then there's always the external threat, like at some point there are going to be adults coming in representing external threats that she's going to have to deal with.
Now, Melissa, I want to ask what your experience has been like, because it's rare to have, a voice actress journey along with a character in a multi-year journey. I mean, how long ago was the first recording that you did?
Well, it was 2012, but we might have even started in 2011. I don't know.
We're not going to do math on air.
Yeah, we're
That's
not
always
doing
a bad
math.
idea.
That's not happening right now. It's been a long time, and it's not only just playing one character, it's actually been aging with her, growing with her, and falling deeper and deeper in love with her, and starting as this young child who's, playing as Lee, it's your job to protect her, and then organically moving through all these seasons, and now you're playing as Clementine. I mean, really, this is a fan-driven game, so this final season is for the fans, and you're going to be playing as Clementine and protecting AJ, and this is just near and dear to my heart. And
how do you feel about the fact that this is the end?
Well, I mean, it's bittersweet. I'm super sad. I'm super psyched. Of course, it'll be sad to end her journey, but I'm really looking forward. Obviously, I'm surrounded by talent with Telltale Games, and I have no doubt that the writers and the creatives are going to crush it. So, sad but happy? It's all very confusing. I'm a very confused human right now. Let's just put it that way.
Well, I'm someone who's played through all of the Telltale Walking Dead games. I would love to know when the final season is coming out.
August 14th. We ship August 14th, and it's available for pre-order right now.
Be sure to check it out. Thank you so much for joining me on stage today. Once again, that's thewalkingdeadgame.com, or you can find it on Steam as well. For our next title, Frankie, we're going to head back to you on the balcony.
Next up, have I got a treat for you. Coming straight out of Finland from Nolla Games, it's a magical action roguelike that asks, is that a wand in your pocket? Or are you just trying to kill me? Don't let the retro art
That was terrible.
Unita is set in a procedurally generated world where every pixel is physically simulated. Let's take a look.
That's...
You can see?
What?
I can't wait to break the physics engine.
Kind of makes me think of, what was it called?
Risk of Rain?
No, it's not Starbound, but, Terraria.
Our next title is one that's very near and dear to my heart, as it is the
Sort of
spiritual
makes me think of
successor
it.
to one of my favorite childhood games, Theme Hospital. Joining me
Right,
to talk about it are the two founders of 2 Point Studios to talk about 2 Point Hospital, Join me in welcoming Dr. Webley and Dr. Carr.
Are they actual doctors?
Wow.
I'm gonna guess no.
Great suits. I mean, I gotta ask, as two fully trained medical professionals, how does one run a hospital in Two Point Hospital?
Hey.
Wait, oh my gosh, is the stethoscope eliminating your microphone? Oh, you know what? We do this every year. Come here, talk to me. Okay. How do we run a hospital?
God damn it.
Game about designing and building your own.
Talk to my nipple, baby.
Talk directly at my tie.
Yeah, listen, you said don't talk there.
Yeah.
I got to look out here, you said.
Yeah, no, just look straight at the ground.
There's a lot of customization. Is this not working at all?
Yeah, it's great.
Doing great. Carry on.
I'll carry on then.
Oh,
A lot of customization, a lot of interesting characters in our world, which with all these different characters, we had to come up with some really interesting illnesses and cures for them. And you have fun in Two Point County exploring different regions and curing people with different ailments. And as you can see on the screen, we've got... this is real. We actually researched this. It's a certain animal. And also you can train people. You can train your doctors to be better, your nurses to be better. Do research so you can unlock new wonderful cures.
Yeah. You know,
saying everything, isn't it?
Sorry, I didn't know if
no,
the mic was working. I was a bit backfilling. Carry on.
So, I mean, no, tell me about it. Like, what is the sort of late game sort of experience that you'll be playing through? Because this looks like it's quite deep into the running of a hospital.
Yeah, this is later on. So you start off and you're researching and you're training up staff.
Sorry,
you're
it was off
diagnosing illnesses, and you're hopefully curing them and making money, and then going off.
I see this malady. Yeah, I see this malady called turtle head. Can you explain a little bit about what that is?
Yes. It's when the head
this is not the
becomes so shrunken, it gets stuck in the neck orifice, just pops out slightly.
These two are
it has
from
to be,
lion.
And Mark, how does it get
well, this
extracted?
is something you've maybe we've all been there. I know. This is one where a little bit of suction always helps. And
and
it's gone.
And out it comes. Yeah.
Now,
we had to research how to do that.
That's actually a real illness. For
it is.
North
It's real.
England.
Now, I had to ask about something that I think every young man has to deal with at some point. What is a monobrow infestation?
Yeah, well, monobrow is,
follically enhanced.
Yes.
Problem. We've all been there.
Yeah.
I haven't. Oh, okay.
But it needs to be diagnosed and cured pretty quickly. If it doesn't, it'll fester, and you might shed a bit of hair. And in fact,
it will actually leave the body, and it needs to be got rid of before the health inspectors arrive.
It looks like the monobrows are multiplying in the hospital.
They breed they're big breeders. The monobrows.
they like
monobeasts.
They like dirty places. Disgusting. So you've got to keep your hospital clean and well maintained. Otherwise, they're going to breed. You'll have a trouble.
I want to ask about sort of how the
So
game
there
evolves
are
over time, because Theme Hospital was
cockroaches,
very
basically.
mission-based. How does the experience of running a hospital change as the game goes on?
Yeah, so once you've started your first hospital, it's a pretty simple affair, and then you move on through Two Point County. There's different regions. There's a cold region.
This really needs to wrap up. I need to make dinner.
Diseases, and there's
poor regions, there's rich regions.
I think we have another half hour to go.
Yeah, we've got all sorts of wonderful weird effects.
When did we start?
So it might
Six
to manage
or a
your
little
hospital
after.
empire, because a volcano went off.
We started at 6, then this is heads towards end.
Everything's set up nicely, and then
Yeah, the stream timer is saying it's been going for almost an hour 40. Not just when we went live.
Well, we're coming up to fall, and you can check us out by going onto our Steam page and hopefully wish listing. And we're coming later in the year.
We're told.
No.
Well, I'm personally, again, really looking forward to it coming out. Thanks so much for joining me, Doctor and Doctor.
Thank you.
Talk about 2 Point Hospital. Now, our second Battle Royale game of the afternoon takes a Fantasy RPG-esque bent, and you may have even seen it getting streamed on Twitch in the previous week. Let's take a look at Hi-Rez's Realm Royale.
This in this stream, Petty Fan slowly loses his mind in patience.
Yep.
Okay, this is more colorful.
Indeed.
So, I'm assuming this one's AP40.
Oh man, he's a ninja.
Joining me to talk about Realm Royale is the executive
Realm
producer of
Royale.
Progress Studios.
Okay, yeah.
It's Roaring
That just
Numero,
got
aka
released.
Dry Bear. Mr. Dry Bear, what separates Realm Royale from other types of battle royale games in the genre?
It's a good question. So before you go up into the air to determine where you land on the map, you'll actually choose from a list of fantasy classes like mage or hunter or assassin.
Okay, you have
and
not
specify
earned a
your playstyle
nickname.
before you land.
In fact, I kind of want to give him a swirly with that
So
hair.
an engineer will be more about bunkering down,
I'd help you.
putting up shields, putting down turrets. The assassin will get behind the lines using stealth, use a sniper rifle to take
Seriously,
out
that's the
targets, and the
douche.
warrior will just jump in there throwing axes and being crazy.
And, you know, in some of the streams that I've watched, it also seemed like there were abilities, not just the loot and find stuff. Can you talk to me about how the ability mechanics work?
Once you choose a class, it'll come with a set of abilities, and you'll actually be upgrading these during the match, but it specifies your play style. And so as you're looting, abilities as well as armor and weapons will come out of the chest.
Okay.
You'll start equipping that and determining the play style you want, and so you can just really specify.
And you know, you mentioned this a little bit. I've seen it on stream. Talk to me about crafting in the game. I mean, how does crafting work in a game where there's a constantly shrinking play circle?
We're really excited about this. So strewn across the map, there are places called forges. And so once you go to the forge, you'll collect shards from disenchanting loot you find as you're going about. And you'll use these shards to start crafting legendary gear, very powerful pieces that everyone will want.
Yeah.
Once you start the forge, a smokestack will appear above the forge, and everyone comes over to
It's
fight.
like a mini objective even.
Big team fight.
So I know that Realm Royale is currently available for free on Steam, but I hear that you have some goodies people can check out that are E3 exclusive.
That's right. So free on Steam, we're actually out for less than a week now, and we were already number 4 on Steam charts. And this week at E3, through Mixer, if you stream on Mixer and you're playing, the streamer that gets closest to the Crown Royale will enter into the hype zone, and so everyone will see you you'll be featured on the main page of Mixer, and you'll have a chance to win the Jailbird chicken skin, which is our first piece of cosmetic.
I wonder how many
with like a little
people
jailbird,
stream on
like
Mixer.
prisoner outfit. And
3
Not
people.
as many as
If
they
you don't know the
want to
chicken
pretend.
mechanic, seriously, please look it up right now.
Well,
Rory, thanks
at
so
the
much for
very
joining me
least,
on
it
stage to
seems
talk about
viable
Realm
versus
Royale.
Twitch,
Once again,
which is
it's for free on
more
Steam
than I can
right
say for
now.
anything versus
Our
you.
next game is one
Hmm.
that was shown at last year's PC gaming show, and Frankie
I
has some
think that's
updates of what they
it's an important distinction.
As you may remember, our next
Like
game
our
is
show
made
had to
by a
move
core
off
team of
Twitch,
just
probably moved to Mixer.
It's called Ooblets, and it's a farming
Optimal,
and
but,
collecting indie
you know,
inspired by Pokemon,
there's a
Harvest
back.
Moon, and Animal Crossing. This fresh trailer features a first look at their unique combat system, along with plenty of cute ooblets and environments.
Yeah,
Let's
ooblets.
take a gander.
Sorry, I'm just hearing ooplex.
Not too far off.
Yeah, this game has been shown off.
I mean, cute.
Sort of.
You say cute, I'm mildly terrified.
I mean, cute in the kind of like
Oh, it's-
enforcedly cute way.
It's Double Fine Presents, so yeah. I wonder what they do with that thing with the chainsaw or the saw blades.
Cut down trees.
I was more shoving those damn things in them. I play Pokemon Go. I know how they make Pokemon candy.
See, my theory is that actually the professors have this big place where they keep all the Pokemon, and then the candy is made by, like, refining their poop.
No, they probably just shove them in a grinder.
Now, it wouldn't be a PC gaming show without a dash of strategy, which is why I'm delighted that we get the chance to share with you the next in the Anno games. Let's take a look at Anno 1880.
Quick, what happened in 1880, Adam?
Lots. This
And then
latest-
aliens start coming down. What the fuck?
No. This is the latest The Animals.
Yep.
That's a German-based strategy series that's
Could
going
have
on
never have guessed.
since the
1880s?
no, like 1990,000. I'd have to look up when the first one came out. But they were made by a company called Blue Byte until they got bought out by Ubisoft.
Joining me on the stage to talk about it is the executive producer,
that son-
Burkhard Rattheiser, and community developer, Bastian Thun.
Those certainly are exceptionally German names.
Welcome to the stage. I want to begin right away by asking, for people who haven't seen or experienced the Anno series, what are these types of games like?
Yeah, well, Anno 1800 is a PC only real-time strategy game, and it's kind of mixing city building together with economic simulation and naval warfare. And at its core, it's a sandbox game, so you have a vast amount of freedom to explore, explore the world and build huge cities.
And I wonder if you could talk to me a little bit about why the choice of the 19th century for this game.
Well, the 19th century it's such an interesting and rich era. There was so much happening in this era. So we had two industrial revolutions. We had major scientific inventions and also big social changes, and also the creation of the big imperial empires. So it's a really rich era.
And what are some of the elements that we'll get to see from the 19th century in Anno 1800?
So it's kind of, for the player, it's well, basically you start with the first kind of medieval settlements, and then it's a kind of a journey through the 19th century. So it's a kind of, you explore everything that kind of happened in this rich era.
And I understand that you have a very unique take on how to work with the community, how to gather feedback. I was wondering if you could talk to me about what is Anno Union?
So last year at Gamescom, when we actually revealed the game, we decided on, you know what, it's pre-alpha, we revealed the game. We invited the community to basically become a member of our development team. So we launched our Anno Union platform. It's a place where we give constant weekly updates on the current development and invite players to give feedback and basically help us developing the game.
Can you give me like an example of exactly how some choices have been steered by the community?
So there's a lot of different stuff we did. So like from the feedback we got on our blogs and focus playtests where invited players. We got so much great feedback, which had to completely rebalance the mid and late game of the game. Also, we heavily expanded on core features of the game based on feedback. We said like, okay, that really seems to work. Players like that, so okay, let's do it, like improve the quality a little bit even more.
Yeah.
But they can also vote on actual game content. So we had a big vote for an AI opponent in the game, for a community creation contest where they could create their own island and stuff like that.
And I understand that some of this footage that you're sharing right now is pieces that people can go to.
Another one of the pearls of PC gaming. A lot of this shit's just
Yeah, like.
I mean, this is definitely a game that a certain type of gamer will spend a lot of time with, but
yeah, it's not exactly exciting on a
We will allow
presentational
you to design your own ship variant. So the winner of that first vote, then you can hand in your own design nodes, drawings, 3D models, whatever you like, and the winner of that contest will actually make it into the game.
Now, where is the website that people can go to again to get the most information right now?
Yeah, just check out anno-union.com. That's basically our big community platform, and we want to invite especially strategy gamers, PC players out there to come help us developing the game, sharing feedback. Just check it out.
Well, gentlemen, thank you for joining me on stage to talk about Anno 1800. Our next title is the final battle royale of the night, and Frankie.
I hope it's the final game of the night, because I still have to make dinner.
Is this the last one tonight?
They just said final battle royale. I don't know if it's the final game.
No, is this the final conference tonight?
No, we still have to do Sony.
And now
Okay,
I'm
then it's
delighted to be able
extremely
to bring
unlikely to
you
be the
the
final
world's
battle royal of the
exclusive
night,
reveal of a game
unfortunately.
developed by Galvanic Games in cooperation with Explosion. Inspired by the Cyanide and Happiness webcomic, Rapture Rejects is Battle Royale as you've never seen one before, ladies and gentlemen.
Okay,
Believe it or
Cyanide
not.
and Happiness Battle Royale is a
Isometric,
gimmick.
cartoony
that I can get behind.
You have my interest. Quit! Don't squander it.
epic feel and only beams up the bad people. Introducing Rapture Rejects.
Oh, hi, Tiny Belt.
Huh.
Yeah, that's Cyanide and Happiness.
Dear God, every day I strive to be
Explosion,
closer to
Galvanic.
the light.
This
Pray that when Judgment
might have been
Day,
the
that
thing that they were
most
hinting
holiest of
about
days
on our
comes
show.
upon us, when you bring all the good people to heaven, that I may live in eternal glory by your side. Amen.
Also, fuck my
Getting a moral oral vibe.
That's one of their shticks. Oh man.
Oh God. I see where this is going.
I see what you did there.
Well, yeah.
Huh. This is what you get for actually reading the Left Behind series.
Thanks, bro.
Take me. Wait, what?
Shit.
Well.
Oh my.
I can't imagine why he didn't get into heaven. I mean, it's called a self-fulfilling prophecy.
No, yeah, that's. I thought they were
Well.
going to do something funnier, which is that everybody, all the good people get brought up to heaven, and then they have to fight, and only one of them gets to actually stay.
That might be the actual premise here.
Mm-hmm. Winner of the Royale goes to heaven. All right, that's.
Anyway, that looks. At least it looks funny.
Mhm.
Right. Well,
I would.
It looks unique too.
Yeah, it's not a
We got to show that trailer.
FPS.
That's so great. Our final game that we will be showcasing this evening.
Oh,
is
thank
from
God.
Perhaps the most famous stealth action franchise in gaming, the Hitman series.
Oh,
take a look at
hi.
a brand new trailer from Hitman 2.
We already had one of those.
It's Hitman 2. Like that got revealed a couple days ago.
That looks like a dangerous place to try to assassinate someone.
Innovation race is on its last day.
Just saying, I would not pick when they're behind the wheel of a race car.
Are Robert and Sierra Knox. A day of high-octane thrills and two very
Well, and it's like,
targets.
honestly, I doubt a sniper rifle would work on something like that. Because, you know, angles, it'd probably slope around, you know. It'd be a hell of a job to get a lethal hit.
rifle.
Yeah. Be a hell of a job to get a lethal hit, basically.
On the other hand, the driver of a race car is super strapped into position.
Mm-hmm. So basically, the bullet would have to hit him.
Yeah, but you can definitely target a certain area in a race car and know that the driver will be there.
Fair enough.
This is looking a bit wacky.
Yeah.
Yeah, he slapped somebody with a
Hitman is
fish.
kind of wacky sometimes, was my impression.
Not this
Joining me
wacky.
to talk about Hitman
Yeah.
2 is game director from IO Interactive.
He's fought ninjas
Jacob
and such,
Nicholson.
but
Join me up here, Jacob.
he didn't slap people with fishes.
This is more intentionally wacky.
Assassination.
Like,
Yeah.
Hitman's more so self-important it
Jacob,
goes
thanks for
into
joining
wacky.
me. I mean, right
and
away,
intention.
tell me, what is Agent 47
Yeah.
doing in Miami?
Well, he's there to, pay
Oh, it's a
people
Hotline
there,
Miami
but not
crossover.
To, part of the Kronstadt Empire. And yeah, we all know how that ends, right?
Well, given that it's a Hitman game, I have some hints. And, you know, I always felt like in the Hitman games, the environment was so critical, trying to study and trying to understand it. What are some of the elements
in Miami that will show up in Hitman 2?
Yeah, well, absolutely. Miami is, I think it's one of the biggest events we've ever created in the game. And in Miami, we have, of course, the race as the centerpiece.
Yeah.
But being this super high-detailed sandbox, we also go to great lengths to actually create all the surrounding bits and pieces, like you have here, backstage area. Of course, we also have that in Miami. So pits and paddocks, there's an emergency room, and so on. So all the facilities needed in order for you to kind of make your own way through the mission and take advantage of the locations and all the different disguises and items you stumble upon as you move in closer to your targets.
And in terms of the mechanics, I know that there's going to be a lot of the familiar feels, but what are some of the brand new mechanics that are in Hitman?
Yeah, some of the new stuff is, for instance, the crowds we saw here in Miami. First of all, there's more than ever.
Yeah,
we're close to 2,000 people now in the scenes. And on top of that, we also introduced a new crowd mechanic where you can dip into the crowd if you get in trouble. So as long as they are not fleeing or running away, then they're there for you to hide in, so in case you get chased by guards. Another new thing is the picture-in-picture mechanic where you get information about what's going on other places in the level. So if you're setting up traps and stuff like that, you can kind of keep track of where the important characters are. And last but not least, we have the fan favorite, which is the sniper briefcase is back. But this time it's not only for sniper rifles, it's also for all the other things you want to carry around kind of without causing too much attention to yourself.
And I want to ask about some of the weapons and the disguises that have been showing up throughout these trailers.
Yeah, we go to great lengths. I think the theme of this showing is going to be the fish. It's really it's a studio favorite. We're having a lot of laughs at that, right? And then, of course, you just saw it in the kitchen as a frying pan. So we all know the kitchen is the most dangerous room in your house, right?
Yeah, of course.
Also counts in Hitman.
And I want to ask about some of my favorite content from Hitman, things like elusive targets, limited time events. Will those be making a comeback?
Absolutely. So there's still going to be escalations for you to kind of challenge the game in many different ways. There's going to be challenge packs, again, new challenge for you. And then, of course, the elusive targets that pop up for a short period of time only. And you have one shot at this or, go bust.
As my final question, the expected question, when does Hitman 2 come out?
Hitman 2 comes out November 13, and if you pre-order right now, you also get access to a new game mode called Sniper Assassin, where you get to play as Agent 47, and also, for the first time in the franchise, you can play along with a friend in the co-op mode.
Well, Jacob, thank you so much for coming out.
Your friend in co-op mode will be will be Agent 47B.
I'm not the worst Hitman ever, but I try hard. Now, Jacob, I'm going to thank you.
Thank you.
And I'm going to escort you off to the right. So you're going to rush off this way, because coming in from the left.
I mean, if you get down to it, Hitman 47, Agent 47 should be the worst Hitman ever. He's really, really fucking distinct.
Excellent. Well, Frankie, we did it.
See, that skirt is way too shiny.
Thank you so much for joining us to host this year.
By the way, Half-Life 3 confirmed. Peace out, fuckers.
You who came out to the Will Turn and joined us today. It was a blast. Thanks to Twitch, chat.
I mean, they
going to fuck you later.
No matter how much you pay her.
And of course, this year we're curating even more great PC games from the Facebook booth in E3 South Hall. Last, and of course not least, a huge thank you to all our wonderful sponsors who let the PC Gaming Show come back for a 4th straight year. They are
I think if they were to announce Half-Life 3, they would.
Archangel Hellfire, Team 17, Stardock Entertainment,
Gotta thank the money men.
Probable, Oculus Rift, Drake's Cakes,
Yep.
Tripwire, Frontier Developments, and Square Enix. We hope you have a wonderful E3 and go play some damn video
Unlike
games.
other
Cheers.
conferences, this is sponsored by any company.
Yep.
Welcome back to
Well, yeah, this is all the companies getting together to say, here's what we're doing that isn't on any of the consoles.
It's over. All right.
Praise the sun. I can go make dinner.
Yeah. So how long do I have to eat?
We're going on break. We'll be back about an hour because Sony is at 9. So then, catch your breath.
See you then, guys.
Okay, see ya.